You've probably seen this image floating around the internet for years. It makes a bold claim that Black Americans weren't brought here on ships, but were actually the original inhabitants of this land, the Aborigines. It's a powerful narrative, one that offers a history starting with sovereignty, not slavery. But is it historically accurate? Today, we're diving deep into a digital minefield. We're looking at the DNA, the ship manifests, and the historical records to find out. I'm laying out all the evidence I've found that the transatlantic slave trade was not a lie, but a documented tragedy that shaped the world. I'm open to the data, so if you have it, prove me wrong. What if everything you were taught about your origins was a carefully constructed lie? For years, a movement has been growing, claiming that Black Americans didn't arrive on slave ships, but were the original inhabitants of the Americas, the Aborigines, the copper-colored people described by early explorers. On this episode of the Twisted Nightmare Chronicles, we're stepping into this debate. Is this a case of stolen identity or a profound misunderstanding of history? The core of the argument is simple. The theory claims that many people classified as Negro slaves were actually indigenous people who were reclassified to strip them of their land and their rights. And to be honest, history does back up part of this. We know about the Black Seminoles. We know about the 5 civilized tribes who owned enslaved people of African descent and also intermarried with them. The historical lines are definitely blurry. It suggests that the genealogical 1870 wall, that barrier many Black families hit when tracing their ancestry, is a deliberate smokescreen. It's a compelling and terrifying scenario, an entire people made to forget they were in their own home. But this is where the Aboriginal theory hits a massive wall: the science of you, your DNA. If Black Americans were indigenous to the Americas for tens of thousands of years, our DNA would look very similar to the DNA of the Navajo, the Maya, or the Inuit. But it doesn't. When we look at haplogroups, these are the genetic signatures passed down directly from parent to child for millennia. The overwhelming majority of Black Americans carry African markers. We're talking about haplogroups like EM2 or various L subclades. These aren't just similar to African DNA. They are specific to regions in West and Central Africa, places like modern-day Ghana, Nigeria, and Angola. This is the genetic echo of the slave trade. And then there's the paper trail. It's not just a few documents, it's a mountain of them. We have records for over 35,000 documented slave ship voyages. We have the names of the ships, the names of the captains, and the ledgers listing the human cargo. To believe the Aboriginal theory, you have to believe in a conspiracy so vast it would be almost impossible to pull off. You'd need to coordinate thousands of independent ship captains, doctors, port authorities, and merchants across 4 continents, all keeping the same secret for over 300 years. The sheer scale of such a deception would be unparalleled in human history. So, why do so many of us have these old family photos of ancestors who look Aboriginal or have stories of Native American heritage? Because history isn't a simple either or, it's almost always and. Black people and indigenous people have a long, complicated history together on this continent. They lived together, they fought against common enemies together, they fell in love, and they had families together for centuries. Many Black Americans do have indigenous blood, but for most, it's a branch on the family tree, not the trunk. And this leads to a critical question. By claiming we were already here, are we accidentally erasing the incredible, harrowing survival story of our African ancestors who endured the Middle Passage and built a new culture from the ashes of that trauma? The real nightmare isn't just a fake history, it's a lost one. Whether our ancestors came on a ship or were born of this soil, the struggle for identity is real and valid. I've shown you the DNA evidence. I've shown you the scale of the shipping manifests. Now, It's your turn. Check your own family records. Do your DNA tests. And if you have credible evidence that bridges the gap between this theory and the science, the kind of data that can challenge these facts, drop it in the comments. I promise you, I'm reading everything. This search for identity is a journey we all take. Uncovering indigenous ancestry is a vital and often overlooked part of the Black American story. But we don't have to erase our African roots to claim our American ones. The evidence from our very blood to the ink on 18th century ship logs tells an undeniable story of survival across an ocean. If you have the records to disprove the 35,000 documented voyages or the haplogroups in our DNA, the comments are open. Let's keep the conversation respectful, and let's keep seeking the truth together. Thanks for watching. This has been the Twisted Nightmare Chronicles. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because sometimes the truth is far scarier and more complex than any fiction. I'll see you in the next one.